Starting with the queen's pawn can feel a little different, but is just as strong as the king's pawn. Responding with a fundamental move that battles for the center, offering a bishop pawn in exchange for control of the center. Defending the pawn and entering the queen's gambit declined. This develops and supports the center. Black develops the knight and supports the center. White develops the knight and attacks black's center pawn. Bishop e7 develops the bishop, supports the knight on f6, and prepares castling. This is an equal trade. A good pawn recapture that supports long-term central control. Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board while also developing a rook. This prepares the bishop for development. A strong pawn push that confronts the center directly. With this move, white is now ready to castle on the king's side, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. This kicks a bishop. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. This threatens to force doubling of pawns. This stops the opponent from being able to force doubling of pawns. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This moves the bishop to safety. This move takes away white's chance to open the center. The better move was to attack a pawn chain. Black develops the bishop and supports the center, applying pressure to black's pawn chain. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a knight. This move puts the knight on a safer square. Strong choice, that's it, dog. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This is an equal trade. A clear recapture. Strong choice, dog. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. Could have been worse, but also could have been much better. With the rook now developed as well, black has all pieces ready for action. White launches a pawn advance, pushing toward the opponent's king. That's the strongest option right there. Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety. The best option was to develop further. That's fine right there. Bruh, that's not a mistake, but there was a better move. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. White develops further. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This move steps the queen out of danger and keeps material balance. This adds pressure by pinning a knight, applying pressure to black's pawn chain. One of the best moves. Very strong play, bro. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. A clear recapture. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. Dog, what happened there? A mistake, straight up. A straightforward recapture. The better move was to win a tempo by threatening a rook. With the rook now developed as well, white has all pieces ready for action. Strong choice, that's it, dog. This calmly removes the queen from an immediate threat. Only one good move here and you spotted it. A straightforward recapture. This misses a better way to defend a bishop that was under attack. After all captures, this is an equal trade. The best option was to reveal a check. This permits the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This was a game-changing move, giving white a winning position. This attacks a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away. This threatens to win a piece by eventually trapping a piece. This attacks a bishop, winning a tempo when it moves away. This moves the bishop to safety. This offers an equal trade of pieces. Strong choice, dog. A straightforward recapture. This steps away from the checking queen. That's the strongest option right there. This evades the check from the queen. The threat on the pawn becomes more serious with this move. This passed pawn is a strong asset for black. Not a mistake, but not the cleanest. This leads to losing a queen. A new attacker joins the pressure on the pawn. This steps away from the checking queen. The rook was sacrificed. A brilliant move. This stops the opponent from being able to force eventual checkmate. That was a strong discovery, and white will win a queen. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. This loses a queen. Strong choice. That's it, dog. This allows the capture of a queen to win material. This captures a free queen. A forced move. No other option on the board. This continues down the road to checkmate. Strong choice, dog. This continues the checkmate threat. Pushing a passed pawn. This continues the checkmate threat. That's the strongest option right there. This continues down the road to checkmate. This promotes a pawn to a queen. And the game is over.